Well guys, our paint job is mostly done. I'll go ahead and plug our glue gun back in and let it start heating up. I'll start putting the details of what I'm wanting done on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, because this is the more aesthetic side of it, but I want to get it done before I start putting the tires on it. First thing let's do is, got a bit of glue on there that I don't want. And there we go. Now, what we're going to do is we first cut the rear of this thing, and the sides are going to be sequin black. So we're going to start with a little bit of that. Kind of a metallic black. So I'll come up here and okay. So you can see what I'm doing. And side paint's just a little bit wet still, but we'll work with it. Shouldn't have painted that, but it's going to have to be, got a little bit carried away. We'll be alright. Now, and I also forgot we'll need some bamboo skewers, but we'll get to those momentarily. Roll this over, and I gotta turn this up so I can get the side of this thing. Then there we go. Now, we'll go ahead and drop that brush in. Now, I know I left the front of that unpainted for a second, and that's because we're going to be bringing in this brush here, if I can get it operational. Because I've got to put in a, yeah, actually we got this one here, that'll do the job. Maybe. I'm going to let this one soak, it's a little stiff. Alright, we got some lipstick red. Now we're going to come up here and paint the front of this, and we'll put kind of a blood pattern on the side of it. You could probably put flames or whatever you want. I gotta dry my brush off, I don't want water in this paint. Now, turn this up on its side and get some of this red paint and come up here and just kind of I don't know how well it's going to turn out, because like I said, I'm not used to painting automobiles. It's not like painting one of my panels. Well, it is and it ain't. That don't look too bad. Let's go up here on this side now. Do the same thing. It's probably not going to match, but that's okay. I still got a little bit of damp paint on it, but we'll clean off the brush and see if we can knock some of this extra paint off of it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna use for a weight on the nose of this thing. I saw these at a science fair. Somebody had built them and they were rolling them down hills to determine which ones would roll best on the downhill. Now, I gotta wait till we get done with this before I can put anything else on it. But I'll have to go get the rest of the ingredients, and we'll let this paint dry while I'm getting everything else we need. We're going to be needing the drill here in a minute. We'll go ahead and drill out our tires. For this, again, you might want to get kids. You definitely want to get a grown-up. And ideally, don't do what I'm doing. You should probably have a clamp or something to hold this with. But that's a medicine bottle lid. I don't really want to use a medicine lid. Let's see what we got in here. Bottle caps. So let's see. Because we got a couple of things we're going to have to be doing with them. So small wheels in the front. So I'm looking for maybe something like a milk jug lid or something. I don't really want to give it 4 tiny wheels, but because I've got a big milk jug wheel here that I really don't want to end up using. See, I got this one right here, kind of a milk jug red, but I don't see another one in this box, in this bag here. Let me check this one. Oh, don't flip my vehicle over. And I don't see another one over here. Let's see, do we see anything like that in here? No, it looks like I'm going to be stuck with the 4 little street tires. So, fortunately for me, we do have them in black. Now, I'm probably going to do a little bit of work on the treads on these, because, as we all know, these things have a tendency to they have this tendency to spin out. So I'm going to put some glue up here to kind of give the tire some a little bit of traction. This would be more important if this was a rubber band car, but I just want to give it the ability to hold on to the road a little bit better as it's rolling downhill. So ooh, that was painful. Ow, ooh, 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 ooh. Got a bit of hot glue on my finger. That was not fun. Now, that was not awesome. There we go. Got a little bit more on my finger. Alright. I'm going to have to go grab some bamboo skewers, and I will be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, I got a couple of bamboo skewers. We're going to use those as our axles, but we're also going to be using some craft beads for the bushings. Now, what I tend to do when I drill these out, and I'm going to be using a kind of a Dremel today, it's just, I kind of press down on it and just kind of let it go through. So, fire in the hole. And let's see how this looks on the inside. I have to go a little bit deeper into it. A little bit deeper. Almost. Let me compare the diameter of the axle. That's, well, it pushes through and it's actually quite tight, so that works well. Alright, let's get this junk off of it. And we'll show you how we're assembling these tires. What we're going to do is we're going to put a craft bead on the inside of it. So right now, I've got to figure out my wheelbase. So I'm going to come up here and cut this, or break this axle off. And let's pick this guy up and see if this thing fits in. Because I don't want it rubbing up against the wheel well. Now, bring it out just a hair. We're going to hot glue the hub right there, kind of the hubcap, and that's pretty well what that's going to be. Now, we're going to grab a craft bead. And the craft bead's kind of acting as a bushing or a bearing, which should keep the wheels from kind of binding up against that straw, hopefully. No promises. Now, yeah, maybe. Just gotta keep it from grinding. See, I gotta test it to see if it's gonna grind up against this. I don't really want it grinding up against it. Ow, I've got too much glue on this hubcap. Alright, now let's go ahead and drill out tire number 2. Center it up best as you can. think I got it exactly centered, but we'll do what we gotta do. Oh, lost my tire. Hang on. Lost my wheel. Alright, now do this again. Now, there we go. Now, go ahead and put our wheel in to the hub. Grab ourselves another pony bead. And I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay, I got a tire that's wanting to kind of turn in an odd angle. It's going to have to set straight in order to be functional. So I'll have to glue it from this angle to make sure that this wheel is straight up. So there we go. Hold that for a second and let it dry. That tire is trying to turn for whatever reason. This tire is trying to turn. Maybe I need a smaller bushing or something, or maybe an extra craft bead or something. Maybe an extra set of beads on it. We'll try it this way, and then if it don't work, I'll pull these axles and try it again. Alright. We'll cut this one here. There we go. Let me make sure it's going to give me enough room. Maybe I think I'd better cut it just a tad longer. That'll work. Now, go ahead and put the car over here. Let's go ahead and drill out our tires. Let's see where we're at on video time. I got 8 minutes. We're doing pretty good. Now, I've probably got this tire a little bit off center. Probably gonna roll like a jalopy, but we'll see. I gotta get, there's this cone right there that's being a bit of a nuisance. I'll have to widen it out a little bit. Now, let's see if this fits in. There we go. Now, go ahead and apply our craft bead. Now, I could have maybe glued it on the back side as well to kind of steady it, but I didn't really think about that at the time, so it's one of those things where hindsight is 20/20. And I can go ahead and put these tires on because we're basically to the end of this design. So let's go ahead and cut this down. Let's see what we get. There we go. Now, turn this thing up on its side for a second. At the risk of getting a little paint on me, let's put a craft bead on this side to keep this thing from binding up. I probably should have put more than one, but it is what it is. Now, head and slide this into place. Do not punch through. Okay, I'm going to have to hit it again because this is not sticking through. Oh, that was just bizarre. Alright. Now, that was wild as all get out. kind of ground our tires down. There we go. Now let's check our wheelbase. I probably could have got away with putting some mags on the back of this one. Alright. That wheel's going to be a nuisance, I can tell now. And I can't get in here to trim it off. Let me see if my Stanley can get in here on it without cutting my fingers off, which would not be fun for me. See if that helps any. Yep, that actually helped tremendously. Now, I'll sit right about there. So let's go ahead and bring this around. And I can go ahead and glue these wheels into place and turn off the glue gun so I can finish this up. Okay. The one wheel, this one here, has got a tire that's slightly beat up, but fortunately it's not an air tire, so it's not going to be that big an issue. Because the last step is going to figure out what kind of weight we're going to put in this thing. So I got to have some sort of weight to pull it downhill to give us a little more momentum going downhill. But my wheels are awful. See if there's a way to keep them straight while it's drying. I got these bushings in here. I don't really want to push this thing all the way through. Oh, I glued my finger. Probably have enough room if I wanted to put another mag tire on this thing. But I don't know how well that's going to hold up. I'm getting glue all over me. I already unplugged the glue gun, so there's that. Maybe pull it out just a hair. Keep from getting my fingers caught in it. Now, maybe glue another bead or something. Well, let's see what we got. Might have to put another, maybe have to mag out these tires to make the rear tires a little more equal to the front ones. Let's see what we can do. Make these tires a little sturdier and straighter. Let's go ahead and drill this out, these two chromes. Oh, plug my drill back in. Apparently I unplugged all of it. Let's see what we got. 3 minutes. Alright. Maybe we'll get this done in 3 minutes. And we'll have to plug the glue gun back in too. I am going to need it for a minute. There we go. Now let's drill out this thing. Now that'll do the job. Now let's do another one. Let's push this one on through a little more. There we go. I'm happy with that. Let me get this off here. We're going to go ahead and put a little more glue on this shaft right here, because I am going to glue a second tire to kind of mag out these wheels on the back of it. So you can say that it's got mag wheels. Oh, not quite that far over. Now, oh yeah. Now that looks actually very sharp. Let's turn this around so I can do the same thing on this side, but clear off this extra gunk. And see if we can mag out these tires here. Let's see if this works. Alright, we're going to have to take the drill to it again, looks like. It is not wanting to hold. That hole's not big enough to hold to get the drill bit. And I don't like getting my drill in this. Let's see if this will. Now, go ahead and come in here and we'll see if I can. I'm having to kind of seeing if I can get some of this extra. It's this thing right here. It's being the nuisance. It's right there. Now, let's see if we can get this tire on sometime this century. There we go. No, pretty close anyway. Now let's see if we get any roll out of it. Oh yeah. Now, this paint seems to be drying up. I can finally finish up on this. So, go ahead and put our name on the side of this thing. In this case, I'm calling this vehicle the Impaler. Let me find my paintbrush. No, that's not the one. There it is. Now, normally they would use stencils for this sort of